Hello and welcome to another wonderful week of Winter's Wonderland Draft League, or WWDL. And this week we are up against Team Scream and Yum Yum Yum, also known as Wallum. And they've got another very threatening team, you know. Not a lot of bad teams in this league, that's for sure. Actually, I don't know if there's any. So it's always going to be difficult. Always going to be difficult. And yeah, Dragapult, King Gambit. Insanely threatening combo. Supreme Overlord is just kind of a straight up busted ability, if we're going to be honest. Corviknight, best defogger in Paldea decks, I think. Volcarona got banned to Ubers, luckily can't Terra, as it cost way too many points to be able to Terra. Speaking of Terras though, Overqwil and Jolteon, both rather threatening, especially a Terra-iced Jolteon. Nothing like Bolt Beam coverage. A Doxbun to try to counter my Arcanine Hisui if they want to bring that. That'd be threatening. A Breloom makes things go to sleep, that's never fun. And Gastrodon, you know. Because why not just have one of the best typings in the game? And be able to set up, I think, two or three types of hazards. I think rocks and spikes. I don't know if it gets T-spikes yet. But yeah. And Gothitelle, which I don't think has Shadow Tag. I don't think so. Yeah, no matter how you slice it, it's going to be a tough matchup. So, this is going to be the team. Bringing back pretty much the same great Tusk as last week, except I think, yeah, I had Ice Spinner last week, and this week I'm bringing Knock. Just because, you know, gotta hit Dragapult, obviously. And it's also just nice, like, Gothitelle, it's good against. Nice to knock off Volcarona's item. You know, just in case I'm able to get up rocks. Knocking off Corviknight leftovers or Helmet is always good. And just being able to cover switch-ins really easily with Knock is always nice. Just the sheer utility of that move is... it just can't be understated. And then obviously the dual stabs to really just put a humongous hit on something. Because I mean, these two moves can just sweep after a bulk up, and if I've got my Proto and booster energy, it's kind of just Jover. Especially in the late game. If everything's weakened, I don't even have to bulk up. I can just start clicking buttons and dealing absurd amounts of damage. Although remember, I have to have an EV spread like this to get speed. So, I do sacrifice a decent amount of my offense, but I'm so just overall bulky that I can pretty much live one hit from anything. Except like a Spec Psychic from Gothitelle or something like that. Or maybe a crit Specs Draco from Dragapult. Where I can just get that bulk up off on something, especially a physical attacker. Like, God forbid, a slower physical attacker tries to stay in on me. Like, God forbid King Gambit stays in. As I bulk up and just, oh, I'm gonna sack this. And they do like 10% to me with Kowtow, Cleave, or Iron Head. And it just becomes completely over. Next Pokemon, Amoonguss, looking quite good this week. Great against Gastrodon and Breloom. Okay against Corviknight. Can eat a Brave Bird, Spore, and then get out to regenerate health. Decent against Jolteon, even if it does Terra Ice. Good against Doxbun for what that's worth. It has Foul Play for Dragapult, so if it's banded, I can tank any one hit from banded for sure. Even banded crit Dragon Darts, I bet. Even if it double crits me, I bet I live. Good against King Gambit as well. Spore, just very annoying to deal with. And if they want to like Swords Dance, I can Foul Play and just hit them in return for some big damage, using their own attack stat against them. But yeah, just a good utility mon, really annoying to deal with. You hate getting shit put to sleep, and their only absorber is probably one of the most hard countered by Amoonguss Pokemon in the game. They'd have to run like Zen Headbutt Breloom. I don't know if they can afford to do that. Alright. Up next is probably the craziest set I've made this season. Maybe one of my craziest ever. Cassibberry, whatever. This is to tank a hit from Dragapult. Any ghost move from Pult getting absorbed. Could also end up being useful against something like Gothitelle with Shadow Ball. So I can live a Banded Phantom Force and a Specs Shadow Ball with this. But what I'm thinking is that they're going to be Scarf Dragapult to outspeed this, and any other Scarfers I might have. And I think that that set is threatening enough to my team, and the structure of it as a whole, where I have to bring something like this. Because if Wo-Qian's gone, and I mean, they could U-turn on Wo-Qian, which is kind of threatening to me, because that shit's going to do a lot, even if it's not invested in attack. It's Wo-Qian, it's 4 times weak to bug. It's going to do a lot of damage, no matter what. So yeah. And I mean, then if it comes down to the 2 ghosts, I get to win the 1v1. And then these 3 moves are just for the most utility. Like, oh, King Gambit comes in on me? Well, if I've already done my job, I just taunt it so it can't set up on me. And then immediately Will-O-Wisp or Nightshade for chip. Taunt is also good. And, like, Will-O-Wisp is good if they're going to Sucker Punch. Taunt is good if they're going to sub or Swords Dance, either one. This is also good for stuff like Corviknight, where I just don't... nice try, Corviknight, no more roosting for you. And then I hit him with a Taunt and a Will-O-Wisp, and then it kills me with Brave Bird. Taunt, good against Volcarona, which I'm EV'd to barely outspeed Volcarona, even if it's at max, because there's no reason. I can't outspeed Pult, and I don't care to speed tie Jolteon, so might as well just invest to outspeed Volcarona and nothing else. I mean, I get to run Modest to do stupid amounts of damage with Shadow Ball, and this thing can still clean up late game. I'm immune to Mach Punch from Breloom, so that's not a threat unless it's Scarfed. Gastrodon can't do a lot of damage to me. I mean, I'm just naturally kind of bulky. Like, on the special side especially, like, 80 Spadef, 100 HP. That's good natural bulk that some Pokemon kill to have. It really is crazy this thing gets 100 HP. What else? Overquill, probably the biggest threat to me in terms of stopping a sweep. But if it's already Terra'd, then it gets pretty bad for Overquill. Jolteon can obviously do a little something, but I mean, they'd have to bring Jolteon, which I don't know if they'd really want to. Granted, Terra Ice Jolteon goes fantastic against my team, minus Arcanine Hisui, and I guess Great Tusk, because it can't be Scarfed to do good. But I mean, this has already popped its Proto. I mean, this can live so easily because it's Jolteon. I mean, Jolteon just doesn't do enough damage unless it has Specs. But yeah, I mean, if this thing probably does more with the Shadow Ball than Jolteon could ever hope to do with like a nice fat Thunderbolt. Like, I bet Max Roll Thunderbolt does less than Min Roll Shadow Ball, even if they were both a no investment. But yeah, this thing still matches up well late game, can still clean up. King Gambit's gone. I mean, there's really nothing on this team that's taking a Shadow Ball very well. And especially the combination of this, plus this, and this, it's going to put a lot of offensive pressure on their team that they might not be able to deal with. Because how much is Gastrodon going to be able to do? You can't have max defense, HP, and special defense. You gotta either split your defenses or go all out into one. So I still really like Spectrier. Even this set is still really good, I think, for late game sweeps. They've got nothing for Unaware, so if I pick up one random kill, like if I pick off, say, a weak health, like a Breloom that's on like 14 or something, I bring this in, Shadow Ball, it gets wiped off the face of the earth, and then they're just staring me down with like a Corviknight and a Dock Spun left. What are they gonna do? Corviknight's gonna take a lot, and it probably can't even kill me in return if I'm at anywhere near full. But yeah, alright. This thing is really, really mad that they have a Dock Spun, but it can still go in hard with Head Smash. This thing's walled by Gastrodon, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's completely walled, I have nothing for it. The best thing I could run would be Solar Beam, and it's like, I really need to run Scarf, I can't afford to run Power Herb. I've got 2 grass types, I don't need to worry like too much about that little goober. And I've got a little special set here, That could kind of help deal with Gastrodon, or some sets. Yeah, very basic Scarf set, but it also has rocks, in case, you know, say I'm on low health, coming on Gastrodon, let that thing kill me, but I get my rocks up. And then I put pressure on the rest of their team for the rest of the game. Like, do you really think Corviknight wants to take 12 every time it comes in, or Jolteon wants to take 12, or really anything, especially Pult? Pult already is struggling to keep its health up, doesn't want to take Stealth Rock, that's for sure. But yeah, and then if Gastrodon is gone, this thing goes absolutely berserk late game. A good natural bulk, 95-80, not bad. Can easily tank a Sucker Punch, even from some of the strongest King Gambits. Before they Swords Dance, of course. I mean, no recoil Flare Blitz or Head Smash, like, why not, man? Why not? Why wouldn't you want that? Iron Head for the stupid little pastry dog, of course. There, that one was kind of obvious. This can also just tank hits from Volcarona. Say it's Quiver Dance, Fire, Bug Move. I mean, I 4 times resist both of those, I think. I think Rock resists Bug. That would make a little bit of sense. I don't know that one. But whatever, we'll just move on. Now time for Wotian. Also as knockoff. And then for support moves of Ruination. Something that could be good against, like, Corviknight. You know what? Corviknight, you want to kill me? Well, first I'm going to take half your health. Fair trade. Leech Seed, obviously very nice against something like, say, King Gambit that I kind of just sit on for a little while. Like, if it's not SD King Gambit, I don't really care. I can just Leech Seed, I can paralyze it to make myself even more annoying, and I can just Ruinate to get it down from full. This is just kind of the big stopper for stuff like Gastrodon and Breloom, because I've got Terra Poison on it as well, which allows me to... It makes me not weak to U-turn. In fact, I think I resist U-turn. Yeah, you do. I resist U-turn now, and I can easily fuck up Overquill, because then it's not going to do anything to me once I'm Terra Poison. Jolteon can't threaten me with Ice moves anymore, or Flying moves if it wants to. Terra Flying, but I think Ice is objectively better. Gothitelle would be great against me, but if I start off as Grass Dark, it's not going to do anything against me. And it's good against Dragapult as well. You know, it can't hit me with the Fairy move for any damage now that I'm poisoned. I think it's just a little bit better against physical Dragapult. No, it's slightly worse, now that I think of it, but it becomes a lot better against Corviknight, that's for sure. It's a lot better. Yeah, I think if I Terra Poison, I just completely wall Corviknight. Pretty much any set, I think, except maybe heavily speed invested, bulk up, sub, power trip. Something stupid like that. Which I doubt they'd ever be. I think they probably bring Roost, Defog. Brave Bird U-turn if I had to guess. Maybe not Defog if they don't think I'll set up hazards, but I have in the first 2 weeks, and spikes are not bad at all against their team. So, like I said, spikes aren't bad against their team, but I don't like the Orthworm matchup. Too many things that threaten it. Specs Pult, loses 1v1 to Corviknight, it's Body Press, loses to Volk, loses to Gastrodon, probably loses... It loses to a Terra to Overquill, loses to Jolteon, probably loses to Gothitelle, and it beats Dashbun at least. Woohoo! Yeah. The Paralysis hopefully will come in clutch here. I just really... If I can get their team paralyzed, I think their team becomes almost a non-threat. Like, Jolteon can be paralyzed after it Terras, which is huge. Like, if it Terras Ice, well... Electric types can't be paired, but Ice type sure can. So, I cripple that, and now it's slower than Spectrier. Or if this actually is Scarfed, gets paralyzed, well, slower than Spectrier and slower than Scarfed Arcanine. So what are you gonna do? And being able to have a 25% chance to just not get hit? Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You'll see I invested a decent amount in attack here, and you may think that's kinda stupid, and it might be. I will not lie. But I wanted my knockoffs to actually be dealing decent damage, so that things can't just like keep shrugging them off like it's nothing. I mean, I get stab on it. I have a fair amount of attack. 250 is nothing to scoff at. But the move is stupidly good as knockoff. But I will stop waffling and get to the last mod. Acrobatics, Citrus Berry, Tornadus, Prankster Bulk Up, just so I can, you know, get nice and fat, in case those physical attackers want to start doing damage to me. Acrobatics obviously fits well with Citrus Berry. I get to heal up, and then have a very strong flying move. Hammer Arm, pretty obvious who that's for. And Heat Wave, pretty obvious who that's for. This might work, it might not. If they bring physical Dragapult, I think this becomes really good, but we'll have to see. And it can live like a neutral special hit from something like Volcarona, I think. It can easily live a Fiery Dance if it's not +1. You can probably tank 2 or 3 Muddy Waters or Surfs from Gastrodon. I don't know if they'd bring Ice Beam. I think they'd want to bring Water Ground Move. Yeah, Water Move, Ground Move. Maybe they'd forego a Ground Move, actually. Yeah. Maybe. We'll have to see. We will have to see. But yeah, Hammer Arm can easily give Kingambit a good clapping, especially at +1. And Acrobatics and Heat Wave, just good coverage. Heat Wave still will do quite a bit to Corviknight. I'll have to use, if I'm bulked up, Hammer Arm might just do more, but we'll have to see. We will have to see. So, I guess I'll just cut right to the battle, and hopefully we win. Alright, here's the challenge. And we shall accept. Alright, interesting team from the opponent. Does have Gothitelle. I think I prepped for that. Good if they can. No, they can't Terra that. I think. No, they can't. Alright, no Dock Spun. That's nice. I think. Just in case. I haven't checked if they've sent it. Alright. So, what's the win condition going to be for me? Looks like probably okay, Tusk can win. Needs to get rid of Gothitelle though. Or no, it doesn't need to get rid of it, just needs to be shipped a little. Because it might be Scarf, but it's even if it is max speed Scarf, it's slower than this with a booster energy. I gotta get rid of Corviknight, definitely. This goes in hard. I could just lead this, honestly. How good is this? Honestly, not bad. Can absolutely farm a couple of things, but obviously we'll get crushed by Jolteon. Can't have that. Wochien's not bad, but I don't want to lead it. Moongus is fine. Good kind of blanket check for stuff like Kingambit and Dragapult. Which is good that they brought Dragapult, otherwise this would have been even more silly than it already is. Yeah, I'm just going to lead Arcanine to Hisui. It's just too good of a lead. Okay, that's right. I know I made sure it outsped Dragapult, but if it somehow didn't, I would have been really disappointed. But I do think that Dragapult could be Scarfed, which is a very scary thought. How am I going to get rid of Kingambit? Okay, Hammer Arm. Probably going to be the big way. Or the most likely, most unexpected way. And that's got to do quite a lot. Oh, almost a guaranteed OHKO on no defense. Nice. Alright, Jolteon. Got what I wanted. Flare Blitz does 100 min. That's nice. They have no fire resist on this team. Just gonna click it. It's unlikely... Yeah, they can't Terra into something that resists me, which is good. Thunderbolt does max 44, or max 52 if it's Scarfed. Yeah, I think I absolutely led correctly. They've got 3 fire weaknesses on this team. They must have really thought I wasn't bringing this. Yeah, because, well, Gastrodon was so good into me. Well, it was good into Rotom Wash and this, and Hisuian Arcanine, but it was terrible into plenty of other things. I haven't even confirmed Scarf yet. They could have just thought, oh, they're just staying in. 33. Okay, oh, that's max HP. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, got a mid-roll on max HP. Not sure if Wochien's safe here. They are? They are exactly this set. Okay. How do I want to play around this? I can't let King Gambit sub. That's a pretty important thing. Which was got the tell anyways. So 6 point? No, it was 14 points. I'll obviously get Shadow Tag. Be pretty bad if it happened to me. Just gonna raw Spore here. Because if I put this to sleep, I get to stall out the screens. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. I know that I'm absolutely trapped here, but I'm stalling out screens. I'm gonna assume they're gonna get 2 turns slept. I'm gonna Giga Drain on a possible King Gambit or Corviknight. That has to be max defense Corv. See, yep. Alright. I mean, that's basically negligible chip, but, I mean, I forced out Gothitelle, and I didn't get nothing. So, we take those, you know. Spray for doing the Torn Eye. Oh, that's kind of a lot, honestly. Okay, I've confirmed Light Clay as well. Very good to be confirming these things. I have to swap, I have no idea. Heatwave only doing 21 to 25. Oof. Some rough looking rolls, I ain't gonna hold you. No way they don't roost here, right? Absolutely no way, so I think I should go into Wochien and then there we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Oh, they didn't. Oh, they U-turn. That was the worst possible outcome for me. Good play by them. The bright side, I've got very nice chip on 3 of their Pokemon. And the other 3 are completely packed by Flare Blitz, so... Just need to keep Arcanine Hisui alive. Didn't expect that to be the win condition. Because I thought Gastrodon was going to show up. Poison Heal, that's annoying. Just gonna Ruinate. I want to get the Terra off immediately. I don't want to have to switch this into Corviknight again without a Terra. It's nice I resist the dual stab combo. Oh, that's excellent. Why would you bring that in just to immediately swap it out? Oh, that's actually bad for me, though. Thank you for 2 turns of sleep. Yes! That's the attack investment, baby. That's the attack investment. Getting 2 turns of sleep was a 2 in 3 chance, so I wouldn't count that as lucky yet. But it's definitely fortunate I didn't get the 1 in 3. Oh, there's that nice attack investment. I guarantee you if I had no attack investment, I would have missed that roll. Or I wouldn't have had a roll. And instead, because I invested quite a bit, it was pretty much guaranteed I'd kill. So now, their biggest threat is already out of the way. I think on this I just go Amoonguss. I mean, I resist the dual stab. Maybe I should go Tornadus, who also resists the dual stab. Wow, Breloom is awful in this matchup. They definitely did not get what they were looking for. They could spore me, that'd be annoying. No, I have to go. I have to go here. Can't get spored. Yep. Oh my god, if I lost Tornadus, that would have been bad. I mean, fuck it. I might as well. Yep. Huge. Absolutely huge. Now I go here. Does Ironhead kill? No, I have to head smash, I think. Do I want to set up rocks for this later? No, I'm just gonna click. There we go. It's out of the way. I hadn't confirmed Scarf yet. Okay, they obviously go Gambit. I just go hard Tusk. Okay, if you want to give me a free Amoonguss. Gambit was always the play there. Because there's no way I couldn't be Scarfed, unless they were... No. I'm pretty sure no speed pull outspeeds max speed on Arcanine Hisui. I mean, and now I just click here, because I think I get Oko, nearly Oko, with Flare Blitz. There's absolutely no reason to not double for me again. They try to burn a sleep turn, not the worst play. I'm guaranteed a one-shot on Corviknight here. There we go. What's the Gambit matchup looking like? Ugh, god, that thing is tanky. How much is doing with Mach? Max 87 with Adamant? I'll take that. I've got plenty for King Gambit Sucker Punch, I don't need to worry. Whole ass, Great Tusk still in the back. Who takes what, 35? Okay, cool. Now I just click Flare Blitz 2 more times. I'm not concerned about getting a 6-0. I don't care if I do 85 to King Gambit and they kill me in return. I'm concerned about winning. Hey, maybe I'll get the roll. It's 37%. Just making sure that I don't need this for Jolteon. I mean, I've got a Amoonguss that shouldn't ever die to Jolteon. I've got this to outspeed it. Probably Terra Flying, so I'd click Knock Off instead of anything else. What can this do to Great Tusk? Anything? Nah, actually, I should go here. It's the safest play, just being a coward. Oh, cool. Absolutely clicking knockoff on their Terraflying. I can live one hit. Interesting swap there from them. Obviously reading this. Yep, read that. See if I can get the 6-0, but I don't really care to throw to King Gambit in the endgame, so... Just click Flare Blitz, Sucker Punch. Very, very tiny chance to OHKO if they're not black glasses or specs. Not bad. Just give them the kill. Does Torn live? It does, cool. And they didn't even click it. They thought I'd switch. Well, I don't 6-0 people a lot, so more than happy to take that. I can't believe how well Scarf Hisuian Arcanine worked. I thought for sure I was gonna see the Gastrodon, because it walled Rotom Wash and it walls this. Get the replay for him. There we go. Oh. GG's to my opponents. I don't think they had a bad team. The screen's Dragapult was definitely not what I was expecting at all, and really, really terrifying, that's for sure. I don't think if I Sucker Punch, or if they Sucker Punched me, I ever had a chance to lose. What's this take? Really? Yeah, I was always going to be okay. I would have just foul played. Yeah, 14 to 17. It was on 15, so I probably would have killed. Or I could have just clicked Spore, because they didn't have enough HP to put up a sub. And I could have always just went this and clicked Will-O-Wisp, and as long as I hit, I won the game. Yeah, so there was never a chance for me to lose in the endgame, at least, unless I entirely threw. But it's always scary, so you never know. I'm never willing to call it a win until I've actually won the game. But there we go. 6-0 Arcanine Hisui took, what, 3-4 kills? This, I think? Maybe it killed, no, and this. Okay, I think it killed 4 of them. So, very good. And shout out Wo-Chan. I've been putting in a ton of work for the round 4 Wo-Chan pick. So, that's all for this week. Stay thick and safe, everybody.